Introduction. In this video, we'll be exploring important attitudes to embrace when striving to become more inclusive, such as getting comfortable with being uncomfortable and learning through failure, taking failure and mistakes as an opportunity to learn and develop. Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. You might find that addressing some of the issues in this program and broader EDI work makes you feel uncomfortable. This discomfort is a necessary part of the process, and we want to encourage you to be open and embrace the messiness and challenges of learning about and challenging oppressive behaviours, structures, and systems to rebuild a more inclusive world. Discomfort, defensiveness, uncertainty, and resistance are common feelings on this journey towards equity and inclusion. Talking about oppression or exclusionary behaviours can make any person feel uncomfortable for several reasons. Cognitive dissonance. When confronted with evidence of oppression or exclusion, one may challenge existing beliefs or preconceptions, leading to cognitive dissonance, the discomfort experienced when holding conflicting ideas simultaneously. Fear of judgment. People may fear being judged or criticized for their own actions or complicity in perpetuating oppressive systems, leading to defensiveness or avoidance of the topic. Personal implications. Discussing oppression may require individuals to confront their own privileges, biases, or experiences of being oppressed, which can evoke feelings of guilt, shame, or vulnerability. Social norms. Society often discourages discussions about sensitive topics like race, gender, or class, leading to discomfort when these subjects are broached due to fear of social repercussions. Power dynamics. Addressing oppression may involve challenging existing power structures and hierarchies, which can unsettle those who benefit from or are accustomed to those dynamics. Discomfort is sometimes a part of learning, but it does not always result in learning. When discomfort activates feelings of threat, when it brings up trauma, or when it makes people concerned for their safety, it can lead to defensive behaviours and can be counterproductive. White fragility refers to the defensive reactions, discomfort, or anger exhibited by some white individuals when their biases or privileges are challenged or when discussions about exclusion and racism occur. This fragility often manifests as a resistance to acknowledging one's own biases and can serve to maintain inequalities by shutting down meaningful conversations about racism and other forms of exclusion. White guilt is the feeling of remorse, shame, or discomfort experienced by some individuals upon recognizing their privileges and complicity. This guilt can arise from an awareness of historical injustices perpetrated by white people against marginalized communities and may prompt a desire for change or action towards racial justice. While the terms white guilt and white fragility specifically refer to experiences and behaviors of white individuals within the context of racial dynamics, other racialized people can also exhibit similar emotions and reactions in different ways. For example, non-white individuals may experience feelings of guilt or shame related to internalized beliefs and pressures, or they may exhibit defensiveness or discomfort when discussing some forms of exclusion prevalent within their communities. Recognizing our own discomfort and some of the behaviors it may lead to is vital to continuing our efforts for equality and inclusion. These feelings can sometimes hinder progress because they make us feel uncomfortable and defensive. It's normal to feel this way because our society has conditioned us to do so. However, it's essential to acknowledge these emotions and move past them. By facing these uncomfortable feelings, we can continue making meaningful strides towards creating a fairer and more just society for everyone. To tackle this, adequate support must be in place to resolve that discomfort. We'd encourage you to practice lots of self-compassion and self-reflection and build peer support to ensure you have a system in place to help you overcome those feelings of discomfort. Some techniques you can use to embrace the idea of being comfortable with being uncomfortable include: Number 1, embracing vulnerability. Being comfortable with discomfort entails embracing vulnerability and being open to learning from experiences of discomfort. It involves being willing to listen, learn, and grow from feedback, criticism, and challenges, even when they may be difficult or unsettling. Number 2, cultivating community and support. Being comfortable with discomfort is strengthened by cultivating community and support networks that encourage accountability and solidarity. It involves building relationships with peers who share a commitment similar to you. Number 3, educating yourself. By doing this module, you've already shown your commitment to educating yourself. However, this training is foundational and it's important that you continue learning. Ensure you continue engaging with diverse perspectives, voices, and experiences to deepen your understanding. Number 4, practice empathy, active listening, and humility by centering the voices and experiences of marginalized people in conversations. Resist the urge to center your own feelings or experiences and instead listen with an open mind and a willingness to learn. For example, there's no need to say, playing devil's advocate, or in my experience as a person who is, when someone shares their negative experiences with you. Number 5, challenge defensiveness. Be willing to confront and tackle your own defensiveness when faced with challenging conversations. Recognize that defensiveness is often a response to discomfort and a desire to protect one's own privilege, and commit to staying engaged in the conversation, even when it feels uncomfortable. This also involves building awareness of your blind spots and where you may need further support. Learning through failure. If we understand failure to be what happens when things don't go as planned or expected, or if we make a mistake, then it's only natural we will sometimes fail in this work. Equity, diversity, and inclusion are vast topics where best practices can change and new ideas and concepts emerge. We can't know every form of lived experience, and naturally, sometimes we may make mistakes. Striving for inclusion is complex, and there's no one-size-fits-all solution. We need to learn from failures by looking at what went wrong and how we can keep improving and moving forward on the journey towards inclusion. We hope that by now you've recognised that anti-racism and anti-oppression are lifelong commitments, and learning through failure is a crucial part of the journey towards allyship and advocacy. Learning through failure and mistakes is crucial in equity, diversity, and inclusion work for several reasons. Number 1, EDI initiatives are iterative processes. Equity, diversity, and inclusion work involves complex and nuanced issues that cannot be solved with quick fixes. By learning from failures and mistakes, individuals and organizations can iterate and refine their approaches over time, leading to more effective strategies for promoting equity and inclusion. Number 2, building resilience. Failure and mistakes are inevitable in any meaningful work, including EDI work. Embracing these challenges builds resilience and perseverance, enabling individuals and organizations to withstand setbacks and continue their efforts towards positive change. Number 3, deepening understanding. Failure and mistakes provide valuable opportunities for reflection and learning. By understanding what went wrong and why, we build a blueprint for what to do better next time. Number 4, accountability and growth mindset. Failure encourages a growth mindset, which is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. Number 5, building trust. Transparency and humility in acknowledging failures and mistakes can enhance trust and credibility within communities and stakeholders. It demonstrates authenticity and a genuine commitment to learning and improvement in EDI efforts. Number 6, celebrating success. Failure makes success meaningful and rewarding by providing contrast and perspective. It allows us to appreciate our achievements and milestones, knowing that they were earned through hard work, perseverance, and resilience.